Right here, your Stampin' Up demonstrator from the Scenic Rim in Queensland, coming to you live on February the 11th. I'm super excited to be here crafting with you again, and a second time in 1 week. Can you believe that? Hey, Kerry, you've jumped on. You're the first cab off the rank. So what I thought I would do, I challenged everybody last video to do a sketch challenge and to enter a draw over on my Facebook business page and go in the draw to win a stamp set. So I have a stamp set that I want to give away. So the only way that you're going to be entered in the draw is to upload your picture of your sketch challenge. So I thought what I would do today is actually do the sketch challenge for you with a different lot of products. So not the product that I was using in my last video. So I'm going to use a brand new product that's not released yet. And I'm going to tell you how you can get your hands on it as well. So while everyone's jumping on, if this is the first time that you've watched, my name is DonnaG and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in the Scenic Rim in Queensland. So South East Queensland, okay? And I sell all things to do with paper craft, and we have an awesome special happening at the moment. So I wanted to talk to you throughout the video about the awesome special that we have. My printer is making a noise beside me there. Thought someone was in the room with me. So I wanted to tell you about the awesome starting kit offer that we have this month, which is really, really awesome. And if you're brand new to crafting, then you're definitely going to want to get this starter kit because it has got a stamp positioning tool in it that is going to be absolutely a game changer for you when you actually first start out stamping. So as you go along and as you progress along with your stamping, unless you have any issues with stamping, you probably don't need a stamp positioning tool. But for the people that struggle with stamping or struggle with getting their stamping exactly right the way they want it, or they struggle with stamping and it doesn't stamp correctly the first time and they need to restamp it, the stamp positioning tool is fantastic because you can actually restamp. You can re-ink, restamp, and stamp exactly back in the same spot again. So just a couple of things that I wanted to let you know that I've got coming up. Now, as I said, if this is the first time that you've watched, please hit that subscribe button. If you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching on my Facebook business page, please like and follow my page because then you'll get notified anytime that I go live and anytime that I have any news for you. So a couple of things I wanted to talk to you about is that I have a BOGO sale that I'm going to be doing. Now that BOGO sale, I've got the QR code there on the bottom of the screen. You need to register for that BOGO sale to be able to get the Zoom link. So I'm going to hold it via a Zoom call, and it's not this Friday, it's going to be next Friday. So if there's something that was in our retired products that you thought you may have missed out on, that it's totally gone, it's not on our last chance products, and it's totally gone off our website, then I could quite possibly have it. So how the BOGO sale works is for whatever your retired items add up to, you actually place an order with me for that amount in my online store for brand new product, and I give you the retired stuff for free. So that's how it works. So buy one, get one free means that you actually buy brand new stuff and I give you the retired stuff for free. The only thing you pay for the retired stuff is the postage to get it sent out. So that's the only extra added cost on your retired product. So if you're interested in that, make sure you scan that QR code. There is a link in the description of this video. So in the show more box down below or on the description of the video, a lot of people are saying to me, how do I find that description? So on Facebook, it's always a shortened description. So on Facebook, where it actually shows you the beginning of the description, what you've got to do is click see more or show more, and it will actually give you a drop down and it'll show you all of the information that you need to find. Any of the links for my classes, anything are always on my video and always in the show more box down below on YouTube as well. So if you're looking for anything like that, please don't hesitate to check in that show more box down below and you will find it. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is I have a card buffet that I have opened up registration for, and that is going to be on March the 29th. It's a Sunday. It starts at 9:30 in the morning and goes until about 12:30, 1 o'clock. A light lunch is served as well, so just little picnic sandwiches and things. And we also have tea and coffee and beautiful cakes and slices. Normally it's homemade cooking. So if you're interested in coming for a social event just to hang out, I do a lot of the hard work for you. So I do a lot of I cut all the card bases and layers, and I prep all of the die cutting. All you've got to do is stamp and assemble. So it's a really great social event. If you want to come, hang out, meet other crafty people, it's here in the Scenic Rim. It's an in-person class only. I'm sorry, I don't offer it as an online class because I normally use 8 different products. So I use 8 different bundles, and you would have to own the 8 different bundles to be able to recreate the cards. So that's why I don't offer it as an online class, but it is an in-person event. So if you live locally, Scenic Rim, if you live Gold Coast, Brisbane, Ipswich, it is definitely worth the drive. I can tell you it is one of my most popular classes that I do in my business. So if you're looking for a craft shirt or a craft shirt that you want to wear proudly to say how proud you are to be a crafter, or you want to find a gift for another crafty friend, I can tell you my craft designs over on Etsy. I've got quite a lot of craft t-shirts over there. I've got other t-shirts as well, all different types of t-shirts for teachers, nurses, chicken lover shirts. I've got so many different things on over there. I've just put some dance mum shirts on there this morning. So if you are interested in that, if you are someone that has earned the incentive trip and is heading to Alaska, I have some Alaska cruise shirts on there that you may want to check out and wear proudly on that cruise ship, because it actually verifies that you were the one that earned that trip. And I want to put the disclaimer out there, 0.01% of demonstrators achieve that high level. Hello, I can see quite a few of you have jumped on. So who have we got? We had Kerry was the first one. Catherine, lovely to see you. Maggie, lovely to see you. Maggie, I was talking to my friend Debbie Gibson the other day, so you need to find her. You will see Debbie Gibson at On Stage. When she walks across the stage, she's got a 5-year anniversary she's going to do a stage walk for, and she's also going to do a stage walk for the incentive trip. She's from Canada, so make sure you reach out to her and find her at On Stage, because she's going to be waiting for you to say hello to her. Hey, Deb, I can see Deb's on there from overseas. Linda, lovely to see you. Cheryl, Margaret, hello. Paula from Wyoming, thank you for joining. Margaret Griffith, hello. Beck, Corinne, hello. Welcome, everyone. All right, so I've got those couple of things happening. Now, the things that I do every month, one of the things that I do every month is my my beautiful Creative Card Club. So Creative Card Club, if you're struggling with designs and you want something, you want a little bit of goodness sent to you out in the mail, I'm telling you, the Creative Card Club is definitely the go. So with the Creative Card Club, you get a quarter pack of designer series paper, you get cardstock, you get a full pack of embellishments, you get a length of ribbon, and you get a PDF tutorial to show you how to make 4 designs, but you have enough supplies to make 8 cards. It costs $60 in the post, mind you. $60 is so good, $60 per month. It is a subscription club, but you can join and you can cancel your subscription at any time. It's no drama. You just reach out to me before your payment is due and I can cancel the subscription for you if you wanted to do that. So you're not totally locked in. I will be using the beautiful, lovely Blossom Suite that I actually used in my last video. So that is what we will be using in the Creative Card Club. I also do a scrapbooking class. So for the scrapbookers that are out there, I also do a scrapbooking class. The scrapbooking class is also going to be using the lovely Blossom Suite. And you will get a full pack of designer series paper. You will get 12 by 12 cardstock to be able to create 2 double page layouts. And I normally do like an interactive, we do like a flip flap or something with it to show you actually how to do other parts other than just doing straight basic layouts. But whether you're a beginner, whether you're a seasoned scrapbooker, definitely my Scrap It With Me workshop kits are definitely the way to go. And they are exactly laid out. The PDF is laid out exactly like our Stampin' Up kits. So if you've done our Stampin' Up scrapbooking kits, you are going to be able to do my Scrap It With Me workshop kits, because I have the same layout. You cut all your designer series paper first and then you do your layout. So it's pretty easy to do. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is we have a joining offer. Now, the products that I'm using here today are actually on pre-order for us as demonstrators. So these are this is going to be an online exclusive that's going to be available next month. Okay, so the online exclusive is things that you can't find in a catalog. So unless we demonstrate them, you don't even know that they're out there unless you're jumping on the website and seeing. So I wanted to showcase that today to do this sketch layout so you can see actually how the sketch layout's going to work, but also see some brand new product that is available next month as a customer. But this month you can put it in your starter kit if you wanted to purchase the starter kit. Plus, you can earn the stamp positioning tool for free in your starter kit this month. So there is no better time to join the crafty community. And then you're going to have an ongoing discount for at least 6 months or more when you actually join right here today. So it is a really awesome deal. So if you are thinking, if you've been on the fence and you've been thinking that you may want to join, and I am a no pressure person, like honestly, what you want to get out of your Stampin' Up is how I support you. So if you want to just buy and enjoy your own discount, then that's okay with me. I try to inspire you creatively so that you actually get your products out and you actually use your products. But also too, if you wanted to run classes or you wanted to get a crafty group together, I can help you with that. Or if you actually want to go the next level and actually run it as a business, my team members actually get free business training. So if you are on my team and you didn't realize that you get free business training and you're interested in it, then by all means you can, I can give you the information of how you can get in there. I also do business training for people if you are wanting to take your Stampin' Up to another level. I also do business training for other people, and it costs $25 a month. So it's a pretty basic low rate to get some business training. And we do a Zoom call every week on a Tuesday morning. We do a question and answer where I answer anybody's questions as it is happening with their business at the moment. So I actually definitely help you out. So Catherine, you can actually wear a Stampin' Up shirt. You can actually buy Stampin' Up shirts. We have them on our logo. I think they're called logo merchandise. I think that's what they're called, but you can actually buy them because I know you're a demonstrator. So you can actually buy them online. You can actually go into your website and buy them. Hey, Janelle, lovely to see you. Sharon, lovely to see you. Come on. Deirdre, hello. Helen, who else have I not got? Maggie, no, I've did Maggie before. Hello and welcome. All right. Jane, hello. Welcome from Canberra. All right, so let's get into crafting because that's what we're here for. So what I wanted to do is I've actually popped a post up over on my Facebook business page, and I thought maybe what I should probably do is maybe share the link of it here in the description so that you can all head on over to the event and be able to post your entries, and you will all go in an entry. And even the international people, if I end up choosing an international person from the entries, then you will get a handmade card from me. That's the only thing I can offer you because I'm not allowed to give you product. But for anyone that lives in Australia, I have the lovely Blossom stamp set. It is it's not called the Lovely Blossom. It's called Lovely Arrangements, I think it's called. I have that stamp set that I'm going to give away. So to some lucky person that actually enters, I'm going to draw an entry, and there it is. I've just, there we go. I've just popped the link there. That's going to take you over to the event on my Facebook business page, and that's where you actually post your entries. So after I've done this video, you're going to know how to do the sketch layout. Okay, so that's I'm making it so super easy for you. So I'm going to create the sketch layout today, and then you're going to be able to recreate it and get your entries over there on my webpage. All right. So I'm using the Delicate Whispers. So this is a brand new suite. So I did show this when I unpacked my pre-order for the online exclusive. So it's called Delicate Whispers. Of course, I've popped it into my DVD case like I like it. And I've got all of my dies in here too. So I've got my stamps and my dies all in one place so I know exactly where they are. These are the gorgeous embellishments that go with this suite, and they are called Natural Matte Dots. So you can see here we've got Crumb Cake, we've got Mossy Meadow. I actually think that's Secret Sea. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check. And we've got white up underneath the label there. We've got this gorgeous grey granite ribbon, and you all know I love ribbon. So we've got the gorgeous grey granite ribbon. This is the designer series paper that I have underneath here, and then I've just got out some cardstock that's going to go with it. So this is the designer series paper. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I think I will have all of the opposite sides. I know I haven't put that one there. So you can see we've got some really nice patterns. Let me pull that one out. And that's the opposite side to it. So we've got some nice checks. We have this one here. And then the opposite side is there. And then I have, I think, is this the last one? No, there's two. Okay, so then there's this one. And that's the opposite side. And then, of course, there's this one, and this is the opposite side. So you can see there is a beautiful array of papers in this set. I think I'm going to leave out one of these. I think I'm going to use that with my card. Okay, so the first thing that we want to start with is our sketch layout. Now, ChatGPT, I told you in my last video, if you didn't see my last video, you need to go back and watch that after this video. So in my last video, I said that I actually asked ChatGPT to give me a layout. I put in what the suite was that I was doing, and it actually showed me a finished card and gave me a layout, and it also gave me the instructions. It actually gave me like to cut my card base, to cut my first layer 1/4 of an inch smaller than the card base. Okay, Kerry, I'm just looking at what your question is there. I'm annoyed as I did the case covers on Canva, but now it won't let me crop without making my image smaller. I scanned and uploaded before. Okay, so in my Canva, I had another demo that reached out to me, Kerry, that asked me would I do a video on how I actually created the template. So maybe I could do a video and show you, because I actually just drag and drop everything in there now. Like, I've got the template made and I drag and drop the images and everything in there. I don't scan anything. I actually just take a screenshot and it drags and drops the images in at the same size every single time. So whatever size I've cropped that image at when I've done the screenshot, it will actually drag it straight in and resize it to the size that the image needs to be, if that makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, I will. I know that I've had people reach out to me and ask me. So, all right. So I'm going to keep that sketch over to the side because that's actually what we're working from. I've got this designer series paper that I think I'm going to use. I think I will do a crumb cake card base because crumb cake will go with this. So I'm just going to cut my card base first. Yeah, so I'll see if I can do that for you. Now, can everyone see that link that I just posted for the Facebook event over on my business page? Just type it into the comments and let me know if you can actually see that link. And could someone just try and click on it and see if it takes it over to my Facebook page, please? I'm positive it will because it's the link from the actual event. So I'm positive it will, but can someone just double check it, please? It's the first time I've really put a link in the comments there for you. All right, so I've got my card base. I'm going to fold my card base in half. I'm super excited. I'm going to Lainey Wilson tonight in Brisbane. So Lainey Wilson is probably one of my most favorite female country artists, and her concert is on in Brisbane tonight, and I'm heading there tonight. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to jump on. I'm going to do a craft video for you all to inspire you all, and then I'm going to go and get myself showered and ready and keen to go. It's in the comments, Catherine. You just got to scroll back up through the comments to see where it is. All right, so now I'm going to cut a layer for the inside and the outside of my card. So I'm going to cut 2 layers like that. Okay. It works, Maggie. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to cut the 2 like that. So that's going to be a front layer and an inside layer. Now I'm going to cut a designer series paper layer. So I'm going to cut a nice patterned piece of designer series paper to go in behind here. So I'm going to grab this the way it looks like it could sit anyway, to tell you the truth. But I think I'm going to go that way. I think I'm going to go that way. I feel like I could go lots of different ways, but I'm going to cut this one down to go on that front layer. Now, for anyone that's in my basic foundations of card making, you will know these layers. I am about to, this week, I'm going to be doing my 1/8 of an inch template that we will be working from. So I will be doing that hopefully maybe Thursday or Friday. All right, so I've got that one there. So you can see I've done 1/8 of an inch there. Can you see I've got 2 thumbnails and I've got no other nails? So I look really good when I'm holding it like this. So I need to just not put my my fingers out the other way. But anyway, all right, so we have that. Now, here, when we have this one here, this is where you just need to look and you need to eyeball and you need to think. Now, I'm going to keep that one for the inside. You just need to look and you need to eyeball and look how you think that is in relation to the size here. Now, I could possibly bring in my templates that I have from my basic foundations of card making and I could lay them on. So that one, too big. This one here, oh, I think this one here could go pretty close, or I could possibly even do it on that one there. So can you see how our templates come in really handy? So this is a part of being part of our basic foundations of card making. You get access to how to make a set of these templates. So I think I'm going to actually go with this template here. Now we have our measurements on our template. So I've just got to check the measurements on that. And then I will cut my next piece to that size. So I'm just going to cut that one. I'm going to go there. And then I'm just going to cut another piece of designer series paper, I think, or I might even do a white piece. Where are we? There. I might even do a white piece. I don't know. I will see. All right. So can you see my template starting to come together? So from from the card sketch, it's starting to come together. All right, so we've got that. Now I need something to go on top of that, and then we need a circle punch to be able to do our big circle. And now this here could be a piece of ribbon or it could be a piece of designer series paper. Totally up to you which way you want to go. I'm going to see if I can find some designer series paper that's going to match up with this coloring that I'm doing here. I think I might go with this one. I like this. All right. So I'm actually going to add a nice little layer on top of that. So now I'm going to cut that layer. I'm actually going to do it 1/8 of an inch smaller. So for our normal templates that we use, I would have gone 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to go 1/8 of an inch because we're going to start using those. So for anyone that doesn't understand what 1/8 of an inch is on your trimmer, I just want to bring this up close and just point it out to you so you can actually see how they work. Now, a lot of people say I don't understand inches, and I'm going to bring this up as close as I possibly can, and hopefully it will stay nice and clear. Okay, so we have 1 whole inch here, okay? This line here is 1/4 of an inch. This line here is 1/2 an inch. This line here is 3/4 of an inch. How the 1/8 of an inch goes is it's halfway between the 1/4 inch mark. Okay, so halfway between is that. So we're going to do a little short line and a medium line is 1/8. So those 2 lines is 1/8. And another 2 lines is 2/8, which is 1/4. Does that make sense? So hopefully that will, all you've got to do is divide 1 inch by 8 equal parts, which 8 equal parts is every second line is 1/8. Okay. So how I remember how to do it is I normally think about what my measurement is. So if it's 1/4 of an inch, I normally think of the 1/4 of an inch and then I go back 2 lines to go 1/8 of an inch smaller, if that makes sense. So now we have a nice little piece ready to go on there. All right. So we're now going to cut a circle, and I'm just going to do probably the biggest circle that we have in a circle punch, which is 2 3/8. So I'm still going to use my contrast color. So I'm still going to use the Secret C. That's as big as my circle's going to be. All right. Now, I can make the decision of whether I want to do a designer series paper strip through here or whether I actually want to do a ribbon. So type it into the comments and let me know. The ribbon's not going to be quite thick enough. So I think I'm probably going to go designer series paper and then maybe put my ribbon on top, if that makes sense. Okay. So, another bit of designer series paper. Let me see if there's something else I can use from that. I could. Do I want to use the green? Oh, I don't think I want to use the green. I feel like I want to do something else like blue. So let's grab out something else out of our designer series paper here. I think I'm going to go with this one. Let's do this one across here. What do you think? A strip of that? Now, I'm looking at that, and I would say that it wouldn't be any more than 1 inch. It could possibly be 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to cut it at 1 inch and just see how it goes. So Catherine's saying ribbon, please. So I'm going to cut it at 1 inch, and I'm just going to see how it goes. Now, if it looks like 1 inch is too thick, I may cut it down to 3/4 of an inch. So I'm just going to pop it into my trimmer. Just going to pop it over there at 1 inch and cut off a strip. All right. And I like that blue. It looks really awesome. And I think it's going to go really well with my card. So you can see here, now this is going to go in under here and across there. So can you see now that this template is really starting to come together? And then all I've really got to do is pop a sentiment on there. And my layout is done. So, hey, Sue, lovely to see you. But I'm going to actually pop, I think I want to, you know me, you know me with my ribbon. I think I'm going to pop that ribbon across as well. So, all right. So now I think, now that I've got more or less all of my bits and pieces out, ready to go, I'm now going to start to assemble those together. So let's bring in my liquid glue. So I'm just going to move those apart. I'll glue this one on here. Now, I could possibly do a little bit extra, in behind instead of dropping my glue everywhere. I could do a little bit extra in behind on this layer, and I would normally typically do it before I actually stick it down, but I feel like I want to stamp something a little bit extra in behind so that when I do pop that up, I've got a little bit of leafage happening. So I'm going to pull out, I think I'm just going to pull out this stamp here. Okay, let's mount that one up on a block. And will it fit on this one? Probably not. Oh, it might. No, it doesn't quite fit. I'm gonna put it on this one, and it doesn't really matter that I'm gonna have the tail hanging off here because I don't really need the tail to stamp properly. I'm gonna stamp a leaf up in through here and then another one coming down the bottom so you can actually see it popping out from behind. Now, I would normally have typically done this. I would have typically done it before I actually glued that down, because if I mess it up, I'm going to have to cut 2 more layers instead of just 1. Okay, so, but let's hold our breath and let's hope I do this okay. All right, so I'm going to go just like that up there. Okay, so we've got a beautiful leafed image there. I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to go upside down, and I'm just going to go here like this. Now, this is going to get covered up because we're going to put our circle, and our bit of designer series paper is going to go across there. So those bits there are going to get covered up. So we don't have to worry about those. So let's now glue this layer on. So I typically like to use my liquid glue, and the reason why I use liquid glue is to be able to have these fine layers that you can get your border just right, because you've got that wiggle room to be able to do that. So you can see this is coming together nice. I don't mind the Chat GPT sketch layout. Who would have thought that we would be doing something like that? All right. Now, on the inside here, I will grab a piece of basic white that I've already got cut, but I don't think it's going to be the right size. No, it's not, so I'll have to cut it down. So my layers that I have cut are for the a larger layer, but I'm now going to cut them down 1/8 of an inch so that I can put that secret C in behind it on the inside. Now, what would make this look really, really nice is if we got some of our designer series paper that we have, some of these offcuts, and we put a strip. Let me see. And that's going to be just wide enough. So I'm going to do just 1/4 of an inch strip, and we're going to be able to put that on the inside of our card just to decorate that inside. And I think I'm going to stamp that leaf on the inside. So let's do that before I adhere these layers together, would be the brainy thing to do. So let's do another one of those leaves. So we're going to bring some of that front of the card to the inside of the card. So we're just going to stamp a leaf just there like that. And then without re-inking, I'm going to stamp a second one. And that gives you a really nice lighter effect. You've got your full strength, then you've got your half strength, and then I can pop this over the top. And look at that. We've got a gorgeous insert for our card, and it's not that hard to do. All right, so let's add that on the inside. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that along there. All right, and then we will add that to our secret C layer. I've already got, Annette has put 3 entries up already in the sketch challenge. She absolutely loved the sketch challenge so much. She made 3 cards using this layout. So head on over there too and make sure, oh God, I've done that really crooked. Oh, lucky I still had a little bit of wiggle room left there. I had it really crooked on there. All right, so head on over to my Facebook business page after you're finished here and check out what Annette's done. She's made 3 gorgeous cards. All right, I'm going to layer that on the inside. All right. So anyone that's on here, who's going to on stage in Sydney? Type it in the comments. I know that Maggie that's on here is going to on stage in Long Beach, and I wish I was going there. I think that would be awesome. All right, so we've got that. Now I need to cut something to go on here. So I'm thinking I might just bring in that floral paper again and do a smaller circle with the floral paper. The card's gorgeous, Maureen. Thank you. And you know what? It is just a card that Chat GPT told me to do a layout. So, so this is this is making card making. If you're struggling with card making, it's making it so much easier for you. There we go. So I've got like a 2 1/4 inch circle. So that's keeping my 1/8 of an inch. So my first circle punch was 2 3/8. This one's 2 1/4. So it's keeping my 1/8 inch border all the way around, which is really nice. It's keeping it nice and consistent all the way. It's 3 miles from your house, Maggie? Really? Long Beach? Is that what you're saying? Long Beach is 3 miles from your house? Wow. All right. Now we have to put our strip across here. So I'm actually going to glue this one on. And I'm going to glue it directly down because I'm going to put a strip of designer series paper across there. I don't want to pop it up. I would typically pop up this centerpiece, but because we're actually going across it with that designer series paper, it's better off to have it nice and flat. Okay. You wish you're unable to travel, Sheila. Yeah, that's no good. All right. Now I'm going to add that circle to my circle punch. There. All right. So we have that. Now, with this strip, what we're actually going to do is we're going to put it in through there at an angle. We're going to glue it on, and then we're actually going to cut the edges off. So I got that crooked again. I'm not doing too good with the, that's not too bad. So we are going to head over that way. Okay. So I always think the best thing to do, actually, to tell you the truth, this is the good way to go. Do a little bit of Seal Plus. That way you're not going to get oozy glue all over your scissors, which is good. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to just lay it down where I want it to be, like so. And then grab my scissors. I'm going to cut it off. Now I'm going to wrap my ribbon around now so that I can hide the tails of the ribbon in behind this layer, and then I can pop the layer up. Okay, so we've got that. Now we're going to add ribbon to, it's there. So we're going to add ribbon there, and we're also going to add ribbon down here. Now I put a big strip of Seal Plus there because when you wrap a ribbon around at an angle, the actual tail of the ribbon goes the opposite way to what you're going. So you end up, I've done it several times. I mean, that's why I'm saying, speaking from experience, I've done it several times where it ends up, you wrap it around and then you don't have the glue there to pop it in. So I'm just going to lay it on there like that. So we are going to get ribbon, and that grey, even though it's grey granite and this is basic beige, the grey granite ribbon is still going with it for the simple fact that it's got that brownish tinge to it. So grey granite, that's one of the things that it's known for. It's got that that brownish tinge, so it's going really, really well with that crumb cake. So all right, I'm going to pop that up and put it on the front. So just going to add some dimensionals in behind. Oh. Dimensional backing just decided to pop on there. Get off there. There. All right, now don't skimp on your dimensionals, people. I'm known as the bow lady from Bow Desert, but I'm also known as the dimensional queen as well, because I don't like to have my cards sag before the recipient gets to enjoy them. You don't want that to happen. And you know what the postage is like. I mean, they run them through machines and they flatten them out. So you don't want it to be sagging before they get the joy out of it. All right. So we have that. And I'm just going to layer that down. So when I'm doing dimensionals, I like to pop my fingers in underneath. I like to line it up on the front of my card and get all those layers all nice and level. And then I just push down with my thumbs and then I can put it on. Okay, so you get one go at that. Like, so you've got to really make sure that you've got it lined up, ready to go. Now I'm going to pop that one up, and then we've got to do a sentiment. So let's pop this one up on the front, and then we'll grab a sentiment to put across. So as I said, if you're thinking, how come I can't see this suite online? That's because at the moment, only demonstrators are able to see it, but you can actually put it in a starter kit this month and get the stamp positioning tool for free and actually get to be able to pop this suite into your starter kit, which is really, really awesome. And honestly, out of the online exclusive, this this suite definitely stood out to me. I was like, it's gorgeous. All right. Now, let's do a sentiment here. So I could do thank you kindly, but it looks a little bit short. I think I might, I don't know. Let's see. Hello, friend. Let's see how big that one is. It's not, they're only quite small. See, they're only quite small. So they're not going to really give us much of a, and even that one, it's not going to give us much of a, we could possibly do that one, but it's not real big. Then I'm thinking this one's too long. Look at that. Although it says wishing you happiness and love. I think I'm going to do this one. I think I'm going to go that way. Even though it's smaller and we really need a larger one, I'm probably going to go that way. And we might even, I don't know, do something on the strip of paper to make it a little bit more decorative or something to make the length of the paper come out. So let's just grab a scrap of basic white so I can stamp this sentiment. So these are just my offcuts that I use when I'm cutting my layers. I always keep my offcuts. So it's always good to keep those because then you can do these sentiments and things no problem whatsoever. So I'm just going to pop up my join. If you're thinking about possibly joining and getting a 20% discount, I'm just going to pop it up on the bottom of the screen, and I promise I will get myself up above it so you can still see what I'm doing. So if you wanted to join, that will actually, if you scan that QR code, that will actually take you straight through to my joining page. And if you needed some help walking you through it, I will be more than happy to, on the phone, walk you through it. But you are able to put this suite into a starter kit right now, which I think is fantastic. All right. Now, you can see here, it's got a sentiment here, and it's actually got it that it's folded and zigzagged. We could possibly do that. Let's do that. You're all probably thinking, how in the world would you do that? So let's do okay, so I'm just going to score it. I'm going to roughly score it where I think I want to score it. I do want to cut it down a little bit, so I am going to bring in my little handy baby trimmer and cut that down a bit if I can find where there it is. All right. Let's just cut the width of it down because I think I want it a little bit smaller than what it is. Let's just do that. All right, so I've got it just a little bit thinner. I just thought it was a little bit too thick. All right, so now I've scored it. I'm going to score it twice. So I'm going to score it once there, and then I'm going to take it, where was I there? Okay, 3 1/4. So then I'm going to take it to probably about 2 3/4 and score it again. Okay. So what we do is we bend it this way. We then bend it that way. Okay. And then what we do is we cut this off. So you want to make sure that it's a little bit longer. So I'm just going to cut it a little bit longer than what the sentiment is. And then I'm just going to flag that end. So just making a little tail on that end. So you're just cutting up in the middle, both sides, flagging that tail. And then you have that sentiment just like what's on there. And if we pop it up, it'll then pop up and it'll have that look. So can you see how to do that? That's something that it's probably something that I've not really done a lot. Kathy, it's my business page. Yeah, and the link is in the comments here. If you scroll up through the links, Kathy, Steve's having a hip replacement done on the 23rd. Okay. If you scroll up through the comments, I actually popped it in the comments, the actual link straight to the event, or otherwise you can just go over onto my business page, which is Donna Gray, Independent Stampin' Up Demonstrator. All right, so let's add some dimensionals in behind there. So I wanna pop it up. Okay. So I need to be able to, let's just pop one there. Let's pop another one just here. Okay. And then we can pop it down on there. Okay. So then it's got that popped up look, but you can see it's got that little tag that's like hanging out there. So it looks similar to what our sketch challenge looks like. So there you go. There, and you know what? I think I need to finish it off with a couple of gems and a bow. So let's do a bow first. And I'm possibly going to put a bow. I don't know whether I might need some help here. Whether I need to put it, I don't know whether I want to put it at the top of the circle, because my circle's probably looking a little bit plain. I could probably, stamp a flower. I might do that. I was going to say I could possibly put that up there, or I could pop it on here, or I could pop it on here. I'm going to stamp a flower. Do you want me to still craft? Sorry, I've decided that I don't want to stop just yet. I'm going to grab a piece of basic white. I'm going to stamp a flower out of this set because we've got this cute little flower. So let's do that. This one here. I feel like it needs something on there. It really needs, needs some type of embellishment on there. Now, and this is what happens with these sketch layouts. You can physically like add whatever you want or do whatever you want when it comes to it. The whole basic thing about it is just getting that layout to start off with. And then however you want to embellish is up to you. So I'm going to do that flower in, just going to do it in Secret C like that. Oh, and I didn't stamp it properly. So let's go again. Let's try down here this time. Okay, now if I had to use the stamp positioning tool, I probably would have been able to restamp that. All right, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab the die and I'll cut that out. So that one there. All right, let's bring in my cut and emboss. And that one there. Okay. As you can see, my cut and emboss plate is very well loved, but I don't throw my plates out until they actually crack and stop working. So if you have a plate like this and you think that it's done and dusted and you need to get a new one, you don't. As long as it's still cutting and as long as it's still doing what it's doing. And I always have one that I keep on the bottom. So what actually happens is when I replace my plates, I then take the one that I've left on the top and I put it on the bottom. So then I start using that one on the bottom. So I always like to have a nice clean one on the top. So there we go. We've got a little flower there. And I think that flower is just going to be enough just to finish that, the front of that card off. And of course, I'll do my little trick with Wink of Stella. And we might grab just a little block and we will add a little bit of Wink and we will pick it up with my Wink of Stella, and I'm just going to start on the inside of that flower, just adding a little bit of color, not a lot, just picking up a little bit of that color. There we go. And just by using your Wink of Stella and picking up a little bit of that color and flicking it out, you're just giving that flower enough color just to take that white look off it. Okay. So, and then when you've got your Wink of Stella and you've done that, you just run it clear on a scrap piece of paper and it goes back to clear again. All right, let's add that to it. I think that's just going to finish it off even more. Oh, now doesn't that just make it perfect? Of course. Thanks, Maggie. So Maggie's saying that you can wash them too, which is true. You can actually wash them too. Like if they get a bit grotty, sometimes you'll find that they'll start to leave some marks on your white cardstock and stuff. And if they do that, just get them in and give them a good scrub. And what that is, it's card fibers that fill up in those little crevices. It's just the fibers off the card that fill up. All right, so we've got that. Righto, now's where do we put our bow? Where do we physically put this bow? Tell me where you think. So do we pop it up here? Do we pop it down here on the corner? Oh, don't mind that. Do we pop it over here? Do we pop it at the top of the circle? Where do you think? Type it into the comments. While you're typing it into the comments, I will grab out some embellishments and we will add some of those. Now, even on our sketch, it even showed us where to even place our embellishments. So, oops, and I just tore the sketch because it's underneath my die cutting machine. So it even told us where to put our embellishments. So how awesome is that? So we can actually place our embellishments exactly where it says to put them. So let's grab, and I think I'm going to go with I think I'm going to go with these darker ones. So I'm going to grab one there and a smaller one. Goes there like that. We're going to do a larger one. So I'm just, where it's got the stars for the embellishments, I'm just using these embellishments. So the stars are really just like a placeholder to show you where you should put something. That one. And of course, we've got another one all down there, but I think I'll pop another one, just a little small one. Maybe just in, where do I want to pop that one? Maybe on here. Look at that. All right. Oh, and I did the wrong color. None of you were screaming out saying, wrong color, wrong color. Let's pop that color on there. Pop the bow in line with the ribbon on the same angle, says Sharon. Right bottom says Linda. Bottom right says Margaret. Up top looking nice says Catherine. On the left, right bottom corner, bottom right. I think bottom right seems to be getting it. So bottom right is here. There. Or we could possibly go with the ribbon and put it there and trim it down a bit. It needs to be trimmed down. It's a bit too long. Oops. We could possibly go there. So what is it? Bottom right or left on the ribbon? Pop the bow in line. Oh, that's Sharon still saying that. Bottom right or left? Bottom right here or over here with that ribbon? Let's see what you think. I don't know. Everyone's saying bottom. I think you're all going to go for the bottom. Now I've got 1, 2, 3 for the left. Now I've got bottom right, left. I've got 4 for the left. Oh dear. On the left, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the left, 5 on the left, 5 on the left. I know you said bottom right to start off with, but then I go use another option. 5 on the left. That's what it says. I could actually probably pop it just like on the edge of that circle. Too much going on the top. Anyway, we're going to pop it just there like that. All right. And of course, you all know me. Finish it off with just a little wink of Stella on the front and on the inside. And how good is that from that sketch challenge? So that's how easy it is, people. So the link is in the comments here. If not, head on over to my Facebook business page, which is Donna Gray, Independent Stampin' Up Demonstrator. Head on over to that business page and you will find the event there on the business page. Now, your cards have to be uploaded by Monday next week. Okay, so today's Wednesday. You've got until Monday next week to create your card from the sketch. And let's bring the sketch back in. So this was the sketch. If you didn't see the sketch and you want to take a screenshot there now, you can take a screenshot. The competition is open to international viewers along with people that are in Australia. The people that are in Australia will be in the running for a stamp set. Let me just go and grab the stamp set chart and show you. So for anyone that enters, you will get an entry into a giveaway of the Lovely Arrangements stamp set, which is it's a beautiful new stamp set that we have that is available now. It's an online exclusive as well. If you want to be in the running, you have to upload your card. Simple as that. So and we will draw an entry from the people that are, and I will pop all your names into an entry and into a barrel, and we will draw out a name on Monday when I do a live video on Monday. So I don't know about you, but I'm sweltering here. It is so hot here in Queensland. I've got the air conditioner going, and I've got perspiration happening on my face. I've got the fan above me going, and it's still really hot. So it's the only stamp set I'm giving away, Kerry. I'm sorry. I don't have anything else. It's just a stamp set that I have an extra one of. So that's what I'm giving away. So if you win it, you can possibly give it to a friend if that's what happens. Don't stop entering though. Like, pop your entries in. So oh, thanks, Leslie. How's your hand going? Leslie, is it getting any better? Please tell me it's getting better. You need to get back to crafting. So there you go. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. As I said, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button. If you haven't liked and followed my business page, head on over to that business page to pop it in. You have to go in the draw, Catherine. I can't just give it away to anybody. You have to be in the draw. You have to upload a card. You have to create a card using that sketch layout and upload it in the event over on my business page. So Sue, so what you do is you create a card from that sketch layout, you create a card from that sketch layout, and then you upload a picture of that card over on my event on my business page on Facebook. So Donna Gray, Independent Stampin' Up Demonstrator over on Facebook. You can see the link for my business page down in the description of this video as well. So on YouTube, you'll see the link. And it's getting a little better, Leslie. Well, that's good. I'm glad that it's getting a little bit better. I hope, I'm fingers crossed you don't have to go back and have that second surgery. I'm sorry, the third surgery, isn't it? You've had 2 already. So thanks everyone for hanging out with me. And I'm going to be hanging out at Lainey Wilson tonight. So if you follow me on Facebook, or if you're friends with me on Facebook, you'll probably get some live videos of me. But we're going to be singing our lungs out at Lainey Wilson tonight in Brisbane. And then I will be recovering tomorrow throughout the day. So it'll be a late wake up, I'm assuming. So we've got to drive like an hour and a half or something to get to where we've got to go. And then we've got to be at the concert until she finishes and then drive all the way home. So thanks anyway for